Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to day 1 of Vlogmas. I'm so excited that it's finally December. Today is very special and interesting and exciting for me because I'm auditioning to be a commercial music major. And so right now I'm in a practice room and the songs I'm going to sing are You Say by Lauren Daigle, Raging Fire by Philip Phillips, and Set Fire to the Rain by Adele. So hopefully everything goes all right. Yep, someone definitely just saw me filming. But that's fine. I mean, I would record myself singing, but my tracks are on my phone and I can't really record and play music at the same time. Also, it is very hot in this room. Like, I had to take my sweater off, but like, I can't really go in public like that because like, it's like, I need my sweater to cover up the deep, like, plunging on the side. So I think I'm gonna practice the songs like one more time and then there's a meeting that we all have to go to. So yeah, walk in and yep, just a little tight little room. Cozy. I just realized I have the meeting at 9 o'clock, not 9:15, and I have like 2 minutes to get there, so gotta go. Bye. Well, I just finished and I really have no idea how that went because it was so rushed because they accidentally scheduled 2 people at once, and so they asked if I would go first and I said yes. So I had to go early and I got nervous. I'm like shaking still. And at the sight reading I messed up like so badly. But they said I did good. So I don't really know. And also I didn't get to sing all the songs and I didn't get to sing the whole song. I only got to sing until like 2 choruses. So that part went great. Like, I might mess up a little bit, but then they asked me to sing a scale and with solfege, and I did that, and that was fine. He said it was a little bit flat because I was nervous probably, and I was rushing, and I was like, he's like, you don't have to do it fast, but then I did it fast, and that's probably why. And then I had to do the Dorian mode scale, which is right away, and I practiced this at home, and I was like, okay, I have this down. And then I got there and I totally blanked and I was like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? So it took me like 5 tries before I actually did it. I don't know. And then the sight reading. Oh, the sight reading. The sight reading came, and I'm pretty good at sight reading. Like, I practiced some examples and I was like, okay, I got this. But then I hadn't been practicing like half steps, and that's what threw me off completely. So he kept giving me hints and I was still failing miserably. And then he's like, I'm sorry, Haley, I had to rush you. Like, we're just gonna stop here. You just have to go because we have someone else coming. And I was like, yeah, I understand, thank you. And I left and I'm crying inside. Not really crying. I'm just kind of like embarrassed and like kind of upset with myself for not remembering what I practiced. And the phone is probably shaking because like I'm still shaking. Like, I wasn't nervous until like the Dorian mode thing happened, and then that just, ooh, I don't know. But if it happens, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. God's plan is good, and I can always audition again and start the next semester instead of this upcoming semester. And I'm just praying for God's will. I prayed that I would not be nervous, and it like worked because I was not nervous before and I was not nervous during until I messed up. And usually I'm nervous like as soon as I walk into the room. So that was an answer from God and I'm so happy. This bird is making some weird noises over here. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do right now because I kind of already had breakfast. I ate some little Pop-Tart looking thing from the vending machine because I thought I had oatmeal left and I didn't. And then I wish I would have known that they had food there because they had like muffins and like croissants and like bagels and all kinds of fancy things at the auditions. And I was like, man, I wish I would have known that. But I ate stuff there anyway because like a little Pop-Tart little thing isn't gonna keep me full. And like, glad they had water too. I mean, I figured they would have water. Like, people are singing and playing instruments. Like, you need water to do well and not die of dehydration. And eating is important, because if you're singing and you're not eating, you're using like a bunch of like energy and like muscles, and it's just not good. Like, you could get dizzy and pass out. That almost happened to someone before, not today, but in one of my choir classes, because they didn't eat breakfast and they were singing at practice, and they almost just like fell off the back of the risers because they hadn't like eaten anything all day. So if you take any advice from this video, make sure you eat and drink plenty of water before a performance of any kind. I was thinking, oh, I could film another like video, like a cover or something, and I realized I could have used the practice room instead of using my little dinky keyboard. I mean, I love my keyboard, but like, they have like a grand piano in there. I could have used that instead. But there's no turning back at this point. Like, I've walked this far. I mean, it's not that far away, but I just don't want to come back in and be like, what are you doing? Oh, also another unexpected thing was that I had to take a theory test. Wait, did I already know that? Okay, so the first test was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be, because in choir we learned like the size and quality of intervals and stuff like that. And so I took the test, and it was just like, write down the note on the why can't I think of any words today? The staff. And so it just gave like different notes, and I was like, oh, I got this. But I realized I hadn't written down notes on the staff since I took piano lessons. That was like 3 years ago. So I was like, which way do the lines go? Where do I put the sharps and the flats? So like, I wrote down the right notes. I just don't know if I wrote them down like in the correct way. But that whole page I think I got, because he was like, if you've taken more music theory, then you can try the second one. And he's like, but I have to look at your first one to make sure you're ready for the second one. And he's like, okay, you can do this one. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just walking in circles at this point. So yeah, when I had to draw like I got the augmented and diminished part where you had to identify it, and it gave you the interval and you had to identify it. But then when I had to write out like it said like perfect fifth, like I got that. But if it said like major or minor, I was like, I forgot how to do this. I feel like I'm getting more out of my comfort zone, getting more comfortable with filming in public. That's because no one's around, really. There's some guy coming up to me, but he's not coming up to me, he's just walking in my direction. So I'm lowering the camera. I wonder if I should just go and eat. Like, I ate like too many muffins. Not too many. Too mini, like tiny. But I'm not hungry, so probably not. That might not be a good idea. Oh, I realized that was like not showing my face. So I don't know what my next plan for the day is, but we'll just see what happens. Also, I would like to mention how on December 1st, it's 70 degrees outside. At first I was like, that's so weird, but now I'm just like, I'm so happy because I don't like the cold weather, but it is too warm to be wearing this sweater. Kind of. There's also a parade tonight, so I might go to that.
Yes. Yes, it's you go down this way. Do you know where the UC is? Oh. Well, it's in this direction.
Okay, just in it. Yeah. Now, where would be the best place for me to park while I won't get a ticket or get towed?
I'm not sure. You're welcome, sorry.
Well, a man just like, he's driving by and he just stops. He's like, excuse me. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you know where the bookstore is? I'm like, it's in that direction. He was in a car, so I was like, I don't know how to tell you how to get there because I walk everywhere. So I feel bad. I should know. That was really unuseful, but at least that brought me to awareness that I need to know how to explain where things are. And it's very hot in here. Okay, so I cleaned up, opened a window, changed my shirt because it was really hot outside. I mean, inside. Also, another thing that I forgot to mention was that the song that I didn't get to sing was Set Fire to the Rain, and I was kind of excited about that one because I was like, ooh, this can show off my voice. But then I would have sung it if he would have told me in advance that I could only choose 2 songs. But I sang You Say by Lauren Daigle first, And then after that, he was like, okay, let's do the next song. I might stop you in the middle because we're in a hurry. And I'm like, okay, I have 3 songs. Do you want me to just do 2 of them? He was like, yes, only do 2 of them. And he's like, but make sure it's like a contrasting style to the other one. And so I was like, oh, not Rolling Deep. Set Fire to the Rain isn't too much different from You Say. And so I was like, is this one too similar? He was like, do you have something else? And I was like, I'll take that as a yes. I was like, yes, I have something else. And then I showed him, I started playing Raging Fire. And he was like, that'll work. And so I sang that, which is kind of a boring song, like, to sing, because, I don't know, it just doesn't have very much, like, variation. And I just chose that one because that's one that I'm comfortable singing. I was more familiar with it, and it's a good place in my voice. And so I just chose that one also because I chose like a week ago what songs I was gonna do. So I think the singing part went well. I was just, everything else pretty much was, just don't know about, except for the solfege scale. That was fine. But it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. I prayed before I went in. I was like, if you want me to make it, let me make it. So if I make it, it's God's will. And if I don't make it, it's God's will. So I'll be happy either way, because I know I can try again. I also forgot to mention that the theory test wasn't part of my audition. It was just if I made it to figure out like what kind of class I would be placed into. So maybe I'll film a cover right now. Maybe that's what I'll do. The next cover will be Christmas. So comment what kind of Christmas cover you want me to do. Sometimes I wake up by the door, 'cause the heart... Wait, what was it? Good thing I didn't sing that song. I don't even remember the lyrics anymore. Like, I learned the lyrics last night. So good thing I didn't sing that one. That's how much of a procrastinator I am. So it turns out the Christmas social thing was canceled, because this weekend is crazy for a lot of people. So I guess I will be able to go to the parade tonight.